It is early Saturday morning at the Ho-Chunk Powwow grounds. A small group of men are playing the Moccasin game. It is an old game whose origins have been lost over time.
Today we got a tournament going on. We call it Wagujekko, Moccasin, otherwise known as. I learned it by watching it as I was a kid. And I used to enjoy singing, so I'm trying to teach my younger ones how these songs go. And our songs are sometimes taunting songs, edging on the opponent. So telling them to give us 4 sticks, or sometimes they can be very rude, these songs, but that's part of playing. Amongst Ho-Chunk, we've got usually 64 teams active. At one time we had people from Aberdeen showing up, Sea Boys, and I forgot their names. They were a good team. They quit coming after we whipped them, so My team is like my grandson and 2 sons that were sitting there. So for the last couple of years, we've been taking first place, but I think we're up for an uphill battle. We're at the bottom right now.
So how old is the Moccasin game, do you know?
We don't know. We really don't know. The other tribes, Menominee people, Odawa, Potawatomi, the Fire Keepers, and the Chippewa, Ojibwe, and Anishinaabe, they all had a form of moccasin at one time or another.
Each team must have at least 2 players, and the game is played on a flat surface. The goal is to guess under which one of the 4 pads a small object called the bullet is hidden. The pads are used in place of moccasins, hence the Moccasin game.
Our games, like many of the native games here in the north, are usually, between the sky and earth people. But we got families down here, different families, so that's how we're competing today. So we have specific rules that we do adhere to during the game, and that's not lying down during the game or loading lying down. Or we have 10 counter sticks, and we're calling it straight shot today. And straight shot means that you only get 1 strike, and as you can see in our last game here, we were not finding the object. So we had to give over 4 counting sticks. And once we exhausted our counting sticks, the opposition got to hide a horse. So usually each horse represents 10 counting sticks. But this is a man's game. We call it a man's game, and so as you can see down there, that's all that was sitting at the table. Blankets, I should say. So the hand drum, it's been there. That's all I can say. It's always been there. Counters, pointers, the bullet. The bullet is a representation of something that was played with in ancient times, and it was carved out of human bone at one time. Now we use ball bearings. My dad's, my father's, extended family, they all played moccasin.
One game may last a couple of hours, and with more teams and players, maybe even longer. For the men gathered here this morning, the game offers an opportunity to visit with one another and maybe share a laugh. It is also their connection to the past.
It can go down to each team having 1 horse apiece, and the counting sticks just going back and forth, and it's been known to go 3 to 4 hours sometimes, just trying to get that last stick. This game here is almost left, and it's resurging itself, just like lacrosse is now. But all our games, like the Anishinaabe, they got games between the North and the South. We got it between the Sky and Earth people. It can be fun, and you can get tired of singing after a while as well. So, as you can see, as it unravels this afternoon, it's just a chicken fight right now. After the first round is done, then we get down to seriousness. So. And it gave our team time to study the individual who was loading the moccasin, and facial, body reading, and as you can see, we weren't too good at reading today. That's moccasin for you.